What's happening, guys? It's your boy Robert C coming back at you with another Paydirt review. This time we got the high grader Rose Creek, Nevada Paydirt from goldnugget.sales.com. Now let's see it in the pan. Nice. Let me get everything unpacked and I'll get back to you in a minute. Alright guys, a little bit about this dirt. It's a 3-gram guarantee of 22 karat gold. It's from Rose Creek, Nevada. It says 80% of it will be bigger gold, 20% will be under 10 mesh. I do believe when I first got it, it said there may be up to a 1-gram nugget in there for the first 75 bags, but we'll see what we get. So we got the bigger pan. Let's dump it out and see what we got. As always, I'll rinse that bag out later. I see a lot of chunky stuff in here. Kind of looks like beach sand. But as always, let's get our magnet over here and see if we get any magnetics. Now I've panned a couple bags from Gold Nugget Sales before, and it relatively doesn't have a lot of black sands in it. And as always, I didn't mention in my last video, but always save your black sands, because you never know. There may be a little bit of flour gold hiding in there. You could always pan it later. Yeah, not that bad to where you even really got to take it out. That's something you could... I didn't even have to do that, really. Not in this. I mean, look how little we got. Anyway, it's always good to check. So let me get all this classified down, and I'll get back to you in a minute. All right, guys, we got it all classified down. This is above 1/4 inch, below 1/4 inch. Above 10 mesh, below 10 mesh. I believe we're going to find most of our gold in these two classifications, but if you're super lucky, you might find something in this. So let me get you all set up, and I'll be back with you in a second. All right, guys, as always, the first thing I do is dribble a little jet dry in there. Break the surface tension of the water, so if there's any small gold, it doesn't float away. I'm still using the same water from the last two pannings. So I traditionally go from smallest to biggest, but since I don't believe there's going to be any bigger stuff in here, I'll just rinse these off and got some sand stuck to that bigger rocks right there. Yeah. Different color. I don't see any quartz in there or anything like that. Get these all rinsed off. Usually I could spot a little bit of gold when I dump it in the pan and look around, but this stuff is really light, and it's really hard to see any shining in it. You got to give the bigger rocks a little bit more oomph. Wow, look at this, guys. You're not going to believe this. Look at this. You see that right there? I should have saved it for last, guys. I should have saved it for last, but surprise, surprise. Look at that beauty right there. Look at that, guys. That is a beautiful, beautiful little nugget right there. So we'll set that aside. And see what we got in the small stuff. Like I said, we're promised 3 grams. Very, very murky, muddy. Very, very murky. Just give that murk a little rinse off. Keep stratifying. It's really light material. Remember, it's all about taking your time, enjoying yourself. We'll see. We'll do this as a little test pan and see what's in here. And as always, I keep a little bit, as little bit of water in the pan as possible. It's just the way I like to do it. And we got some gold showing in there, folks. As you can see, nice 5 little pieces right there. So we'll grab our snuffer bottle. Suck that up. And I feel pretty comfortable with that, so we'll do like we did last time. Milky. Drop some more in there. And I actually probably could have used my my 15-inch pan on this. I would have blasted right through it. But then you wouldn't have enough, it wouldn't take enough time and you'd be through it in a zip. I only use that when I have big you know, 2.5 gallon buckets or a big jug of pay dirt. I've always had good results with goldnuggetsales.com. I've panned multiple bags from there, and you always get solid results. But let me get this pan down to a little bit, and I'll get back to you in a minute and roll it back. All right, guys, we're back down to the last little bit of the below 10 mesh stuff. So let's start rolling it back. See what we got. And as you're rolling it back like this, you just want to keep your eye out. As you see me do that tap, I'm walking all the gold up to the top of the pan. And then as you see me do that little shake, that's me just trying to agitate a little bit to get all the, if there's any black sands in there, get them out. And there's a nice little smile on this pan. So we'll get that sucked up in the snuffer bottle. And I believe we're going to find most of our gold in the plus 10, like it said, about 80%. So I'll just leave you guys on. That's why you always pan, because like I said, when I broke this bag out, I always go through it to see if I could see any gold. And I didn't even see one piece of gold. So you never know what that dirt's hiding. Shake that real good, stratify it around. That gold's heavy, it's going to fall right to the bottom right there, and then when you're panning it like this, it won't go out of them ridges up there. Let's roll this back, see what we got. Got one piece up there. So I'll suck that up with the snuffer bottle. That one bigger nugget we found, that might be like almost 1.5 grams, maybe 2 grams. Definitely a nice little nugget. You don't find them in every pay dirt. Might need a water changing after this, but you'll be surprised how much it settles. I always give these bigger rocks a heavier shake. They're a little bit harder to move than the smaller stuff. Oh yeah, there's a nice nugget right there. Check that one out. Check this out, guys. You seeing what I'm saying? You see that in there? That one's definitely not fitting in the snuffer bottle. So we'll set that one aside and see if we can get this one. Man, that is some pretty gold too. Barely got in the snuffer bottle on that one. I always like to get a bag from there every once in a while because I've always had good results from them. I'd honestly be happy with just what we got. Let me know how you guys like the premiere videos. I did the first one last week as a test. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed chatting with all you folks while I premiered. But leave your comments down below in this one and let me know if you enjoy the premieres better than the video drops. Any and all feedback is much appreciated. I'm going to tell you guys, I already seen a nice piece juggling around in there. But here we go, folks. The moment of truth. Well, not the moment of truth, but the weigh-in is the moment of truth. I see a couple pieces in there. See a couple pieces, folks. So here we go, folks. See that? That's a nice little piece of gold right there. That's a little flake right there, but these two. That's a beautiful sound, guys. So let me set these aside. See if I can get this one in the snuffer bottle. Yeah. So let me get all this cleaned up and I'll give you a bottle dump and I'll be back with you in a minute. Alright guys, so here's the bottle dump. And as always, dip it in, give it a little shake, and make sure you get all that gold out of there. So then we'll add our other pieces that we and as always, I try to like to get the pan as clean as possible before I suck up the gold, so the cleanup process should be next to nothing. Man, that is some pretty gold right there. This camera doesn't do it any justice. Check that out. But anyway, guys, let me get this all dried out. And as always, what I do to do that is, see, when you got pieces that big, you gotta watch out. You don't dump them out when you're emptying your water out. Let me grab my rag. And as you've seen in every other video, I dry out my pan as much as possible, which makes it easier when you take it over to the heat gun. But like I said, guys, let me get this all dried out, and I'll be back with you in a minute. Alright guys, we're back and we're all dried up. And here's our haul. Nice little nugget, couple little pickers. The only thing left to do is fire up the scale and see how we did. And as always, when I pan bigger nuggets, I'll weigh them separate first. 1.09. Sweet little piece of gold right there. 0.77. Come on, focus. 0.285. 0.420. So we'll get this all together and let's see what we got. Really fun pay dirt, relatively not too bad, a little murky, but other than that, it's a relatively easy dirt with not too many fine materials in it. But as stated, 80% was bigger gold, and they delivered as promised. 3.145. So let's fire up Gold Calc. We'll do 24 karat value, even though they stated 22, for the simple fact of the bigger nuggets hold a premium. And we'll put in 3.145. $199.99. I believe the bag is $225 on their website as we speak. And again, this is the High Grader, Rose Creek, Nevada, from goldnuggetsales.com. I will leave this website down in the description. So if you want to go over there and check them out and get yourself a bag of pay dirt, feel free. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one.